All right, good morning, guys, gals. We are up here to the storage barn facility, and we got about 3 hours before we got to get to work this afternoon. And a perfect day. Everything is caught up around the farm, chores-wise and stuff like that. There's no extra materials at the farm to be doing any kind of projects or anything like that. So I have extra materials up here to work on some projects up here. I told you guys earlier in the video that we have some projects. We got the Farmall A that I need to get running. I want to get running. That's a personal vendetta or endeavor, not a vendetta. It's an endeavor, and but that's not going to go today because I'm going to need some help with that. I'm going to need some knowledge and some know-how. So I got to wait for one of my buddies to get up here, and we're going to start getting into that. See if we can get that running. The 5610. What we're going to do is we got the headlights right up. These are the headlights I ordered last year. These are the lights for the fender. They're a rear mount. And then I've had these on hand for a while. These are bottom, side mount, whatever you want to call them. And what we're going to do with these is we're going to mount these on the rear of the fenders for rear spotlights. I got 2 of them. We're also going to give some of this lock and lube accessories that we got sent a try out today. And then if we have time, we're going to jump to this Super Clean right here. Thank you very much, Super Clean, for sending me a couple products to try out. I contacted them. No, guys, I am not being sponsored by them whatsoever by any. I would like to try their products out. I've seen them on other YouTube channels, and they seem to work out pretty good. So they were gracious enough to send me 3 different products to try out, and we're going to give that a shot too. I got a couple pieces of dirty equipment here that could definitely use a little bit of spit shine. And then as you can see here, we are charging up the Lincoln Benford 2020 grease gun. This is a cordless grease gun. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take this light out. This is a little bit different than the set of lights that I bought. This one was already on the tractor when we purchased it, and it was the only one that was on it. It does work, so I know the wiring works and everything like that. The wire is kind of a cobbed up mess. So what I would like to do is get all 4 mounted and then sit back, observe, sip on my coffee a little bit, and figure out exactly what I need to wire this correctly, neatly, and get her done. As we can see here, this tractor already had a spotlight to begin with. This thing's basically busted, no good. I do know that the wiring is correct to this spotlight, so all I really need to do is jump over to this side, put a bracket in those holes just like this, and I'll make a bracket today. I'll kind of get some dimensions what I got here, and we're going to mount the 2 spotlights on the back of the fender for any kind of night work this tractor wants to do. Okay, basically what I just found out was the holes for the punch outs right here are too big for the hardware that was sent with these headlights. Okay, as you can see, we did get this other one punched out, and I wish all of them were not punched out, because what happened was the punch out that we had here, you can see it's got the nice curvature and everything. This fits perfect on the back, and that's what I could have used for my washer. It's got the right curve and everything. All right, as you guys can see, here's trouble number 2. This headlight's been on here since we've had the tractor. We've had the tractor for almost over 8 years. Haven't done anything with this, and of course that thing is rusted up solid and up behind it. So we got a can of PB Blaster here. I really like this stuff, especially for, you know, like it says what it does. It breaks loose faster. It does a really good job at penetrating the old rust and everything like that, and I really do like this stuff. Plus, the can's busy. It's just, you know, it's not your plain old, you know, 1 or 2 logos and that's it. This can is busy. It's exciting. Guess while we're waiting for this PB Blaster to work onto that light, I think what we're going to do is work on that grease gun, get the fittings switched over to the lock and lube, and we'll try that out. What I like here with the lock and lube grease is basically it has a rebuild kit. Variable number 3 for the day. We're running into all kinds of problems. We had to put the lock and lube onto this grease gun. For some reason, the grease gun would not thread onto this Lincoln end. Everybody knows how I like to improvise for camera stands to give you guys a couple action shots, because everybody knows how we love action shots on the hobby farm. Here we got our roll of plastic for the, what you call it, come on guys, help me out. The bale wrapper. the bale wrapper that I use for doing our baleage bales. This is a roll of plastic. This is a fitting off of a pellet stove. Fits perfect in there. This camera will sit perfect right up in there. Like I said, there is a ton of grease fittings on this. I was just checking this A out, and it's going to be interesting to see what grease fittings are going to take and stuff. But they knew how to make tractors back then. Any moving part or anything like that had grease fittings. So we're going to have fun greasing this. You see, we got one right here on this spindle, or tie rod end, or whatever you want to call it. It's off the steering box. So we're going to lock the grease thing, which is nice, is, look, you can just let it go, it's still on. Start pumping. And we got grease coming out, so we're good there. We got 2 grease fittings right here. I believe this one right here that I'm pumping grease into is for the flux capacitor. Took grease. This is for the rotating coupler on the flux capacitor. And I can hear it pop. That's good. We got one here on this stiff arm push rod for the Farmall. And that one's taking grease. So far, every zerk that we've hit on this tractor is taking grease. We got one here on this stiff arm push rod also. Somewhere, right there. There it is. The lock and lube works nice for this gun because I don't have to sit here and hold that onto this end. I see as I'm looking, I got one right here on the Punkinator. We got another grease fitting up here. I believe that this piece of equipment on the machine is the flux capacitor. That's what I did on that side. So this must be the right side of the flux capacitor. We got 3 grease fittings right here on the, yes, those are your foot throttles, clutch, and brake. So I imagine that's just for the pivot. So far, like I said, this is the first time I've greased this. Everything is taking grease. Knock on wood. On another one down here on the rotating pendulum on the bottom. We got some more fittings right up in here on this hitch part. That I do know that this is a hitch of some sort. Got one up here at this moving part. Now that I believe that we're done hitting most of the grease fittings, oh, I found one right up there in the steering wheel. We'll hit that one too. I took the battery cover off, and that's definitely one of the first issues I'm going to have to deal with. It looks like that is broke. It is. So that ain't going to tighten up. What should we use for the carburetor? Wheel cleaner? Foaming? Or just a degreaser? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay. Hey, like I said, we're going to try this super clean on the carburetor. Like I said, it looks pretty dirty right in that area. I must have missed that with the steam Jenny. But first I want to read, basically, they give you some extra information, how to use their products properly. And like I said, guys, I'm not being sponsored by this. I'm trying it out, because if it works, it's going to be awesome to have here on the farm, and I will continue purchasing it. So, I like to try different products. So, here it says, thank you for giving Super Clean a try. I just wanted to give you some extra information about products before starting using them. Super Clean works quickly to remove grease, oil, dirt, and grime. Our products are biodegradable, phosphate-free, and do not contain any bleach, so they are safe to use to pre-treat stains on your clothes. In clothes, you will find Super Clean degreaser, foaming cleaner, and all-wheel cleaner and foaming aerosol. We recommend starting with the lowest concentration as outlined in the dilution chart. The dilution chart, as I'm looking over, it's right here. Basically, it's telling me any kind of automotive uses or anything like that, use full strength. So basically, you put the end that they gave you on the Super Clean bottle, and you just start spraying and go to town.
Always test Super Clean in an inconspicuous spot and start the item as cool as possible. Super Clean works best with cold water, and it is important to never let Super Clean dry on the surface. Always be cautious when using Super Clean on motorcycles, aluminum, untreated glass, and painted and powdered coated surfaces. I don't believe we have anything painted and powder coated on this to worry about. Super Clean is an aggressive cleaner and may damage these materials if not used properly. Also, if you are cleaning a large area, you may want to work in small sections at a time. Be sure to check their website, www.superclean.com. I'll try to leave a link in the video description for you guys if you guys are interested in giving them a call and saying, hey, I'd like to try your product out. You know, they may send you some stuff. I'm not saying that they ever said that, but they may. And basically, there's some helpful videos, and there's a lot of other YouTubers out there, farming related, that have been trying this product out. So reach out to them, ask them their opinions, watch their videos, and you might have a better idea. But we're going to try it on this carburetor. Guys, I already changed my mind. Variable number 4 for the day. When you read the directions and you skip over something, it says you should be cautious on aluminum. I believe that this carburetor is aluminum, so I think we're going to move to another dirty spot. Right here on this spindle, it actually looks like this is broke. I'll have to find out exactly what this thing is right here. Maybe it's not. There's a ton of thick grease right there. We're going to spray it on that and see what it does. I'm going to spray some. Okay, and I believe it says don't let it sit too long. Okay, we got some Super Clean up here on this, and I've already tried picking away with my fingernail, and I tell you what, this is thick grease. So we're just kind of going to rub and see what this does. I would have to say, honestly, not too bad, be honest with you. Like I said, I was trying to pick some of this grease and stuff off with my finger before, and it was a lot harder. So this really softened up this thick layer of grease that was going around at this pivot point right here. And like I said, that bullhead right there, that thing was cake solid, and that rubbed off pretty good. So far, so good. I think it's meticulous cleaner. What we're going to do is we're going to spray the top of this hood with this stuff and see what that does. Here we're spraying the bird poop covered hood. We've let this sit for about a minute. It does say don't let dry. It's obviously still wet, but I don't know what means don't let dry. So we're going to wipe this down. Like I said, this had a bunch of dust. It did have some grime on it. And a lot of bird poo. So if it works on bird poo, they ought to advertise bird poo. As you guys can see, we're not dealing with a mint piece of equipment here. And not too bad, actually. I mean, it's rusty, but it took off most of the stuff, as you can see. You know, we got a nice dirty rag right here. So far, so good. Like I said, I'm not 100% sold on it, but it seems to be working. Okay, here we got the wheel cleaner that they sent us, and we got the wheels on the Farmall. Like I said, dirty. Let's see what this thing does. Place some of this foam cleaner on there for the wheel. Ooh. We're just doing a little test spot. And that is foamy. Looks like a fire extinguisher. We let this sit on for a minute or so. We'll kind of see if we can get these tires looking brand new. Parade condition. Well, not too bad. Here's what we had here. You can see the before and the after.
and that was just for letting it sit for a minute. So we'll let that sit here for about a half hour. I'll show you guys what it looks like afterwards, see after it really dries into the tire. I think what we're gonna do here, I see on the Ford, this is a nice perfect spot probably to try out some of that degreaser. We'll spray some on there too and see how that works. Spraying degreaser. I am impressed on how the foam agent for the, well, wrong side, this stuff, the tire clean, still looks pretty good. This is an hour later. All right, we've let this sit for a couple minutes. We're gonna just try rubbing off a little bit of a spot here. Wow, see that? That's not too bad. This was a dirty area too. Oh, wow. Kind of impressive, really. And I don't know, like this here, if that's kind of more like a scale, which I think it is. That's a scale. So this actually is taking the grease off pretty good. For the most part, I'd have to say. Like I said, guys, you've seen what it looked like before. This is the after product of just a quick rub down. In this area right here, I did scrape it with my trusty, rusty, dusty can opener. Never know when you got to open a can of beer. Always carry one with you. And that's a heavy, heavy scale. It didn't come off with that. But let me tell you what, it took off a good majority of what was going on here. So pretty good, guys, pretty good. All right, guys, gals, this is going to be probably the end of the video. May have to, once I get everything together that I did today, I may have to do a two-part video, so there may be two parts to this video. But we did work on the Farmall A. We used the lock and lube on the grease gun that I absolutely really don't like. But that lock and lube made that grease gun a lot more user-friendly because I had both hands able to pump the grease gun. It was I was happy with that application of that. So being now that I'm starting working on the Farmall, I'm starting to kind of get excited just looking at different parts and stuff like that. So we are definitely going to come back up here tomorrow, do a little more things. We got a chance to try out the Super Clean products today. Like I said, we did their tire foam, which I liked. That did a nice job making that tire shine, and it still kind of got a nice tint to it. Like I said, we did the tractor right here. We cleaned this block off right there, and that did a nice job. So the Super Clean products you guys are going to be seeing throughout many of the different videos. I'm going to be trying it on different applications so you guys can use these videos as, hey, maybe I should try this, maybe I shouldn't. Like I said, it didn't do 100% like I thought it would, but it did an all right job. So like I said, we're going to keep working on this. Didn't get anywhere with the headlights. We're going to make backers for the holes over there so the headlights will actually hold in. We're going to do that tonight. And hopefully tomorrow we can get the headlights on there. And we're going to keep chopping away at the Farmall. If you guys have any suggestions or anything like that, people that are familiar with these tractors, stuff that I need to start getting into to get this going, let me know down in the comments down below. So I hope you guys enjoy these videos. If you do, please like, comment, and subscribe if you already haven't, guys. And I look forward to talking to y'all real soon.